I'm sorry. I'm
It's just, I like to be on YouTube and I don't want to,
no swearing.
flagged. Can't get
You
flagged
got
for
it, Daddy, don't
inappropriate
worry.
content.
pretend you're with, was she swearing in front of you, was it grandmother you were with? Were you
Jerry, yeah. Pretend in front of Jerry. We didn't swear in front of Jerry, did we?
No.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Just-
Okay.
You can, and once I finish the actual show, you can swear where you want.
All right. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo! Just not saying. I'm sorry. I'm
That's good.
excited.
Golf
That's
clap this
good.
time.
That's good. No, that's fine. That's fine. I gotta get my. See, it's partly nerves. See, I'm nervous. I gotta impress Casey, and not call him Stacy, because Mark and Polly, their daughter is Stacy, and I've been getting so confused with Casey, Stacy. What? Who's what? It just gets very confusing. All right. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
The good news is, it's almost the end of 2020. But this year's been a pretty tricky year, hasn't it? And we found ourselves being forced upon each other, staying at home more, and a lot of people are not used to staying at home next to each other all the time. And I found a few kind of tips that make living together a little easier, and I kind of want to go through them. The first one involves 2 coins. I've got a gold coin and a silver coin. This is a genuine silver Morgan. This is some sort of gold dollar, but they're quite valuable. You don't use them in everyday purchases. But these 2 coins, Haley. All right, I'm going to ask you a question. Which coin do you think we should use, the silver or the gold? Which would you prefer?
The silver.
The silver. All right, let's take the silver out. Now, the silver we use for paying the bills. Okay. What do you think we should use? So, what do you think we should do with the gold?
Why don't we donate
Buy jewelry.
it?
Good thinking.
Oh.
Buy jewelry, exactly. And I find if you buy jewelry, you keep everyone happy. You know what I'm saying? So that's my first tip.
All right.
Thank you very much. I will donate it. That's my daughter. Now, as I say, this year we've had a lot of impositions, but what would we have done without the internet? Now we can blame probably half the world's problems on the internet, but this year in particular, America and the whole world would not have survived without the internet. But have you noticed how sometimes the sites are slow, there's streaming problems? You guys are on the road a lot, you probably notice that a lot, don't you? I wanted to explain to you what's really going on. I've got a mock-up of the internet right here. Now obviously, this is stripped down. The internet is a lot bigger than this. But this will give you a good idea. Now, these pom-poms represent different websites, all right? So we've got a red pom-pom, a white pom-pom, a blue pom-pom, a yellow pom-pom. They can be any websites you want. And this orange stick here, this represents the internet backbone. This is where all the traffic travels. Now, have you noticed some sites are really quick? You notice that? Look at this, look at the red and white. Look how quickly, they connect like that. Can you see how quickly you go? Look, zip, zip, zip. It's pretty quick, isn't it?
Yes.
But imagine you want to go to the yellow. So you go from the red to the white, over the backbone, down to the yellow, back up to the backbone, over to the white, back to the red. Whew. Took a lot longer, didn't it? What about the blue, you ask yourself? I'm sure you're saying that. Look, blue to the white, over the backbone, down the yellow, up to the blue, back down to the yellow, over the backbone, down to the white. Whew, mama, that took a long time. Now luckily, with the clever mechanics of the browsers, the caching, the buffering, you can be zipping around all over the place and not really notice it when you're surfing. It just seems to work pretty smoothly, doesn't it?
Yes.
You okay there, Casey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't sure. And but sometimes what happens when you're surfing, everything's going great, you suddenly get a broken image or a broken page. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what happens? It's because you get 2 connections, they fire at the same time, and they clash in the middle. And the worst thing is, you look inside, there's no help inside. There's no help on the internet. You've got to find your own way around, haven't you? And have you ever heard people say, clear your caches? Have you heard the phrase clear your caches, or turn off your browser, clear your caches? Well, it seems to work because if you do that, you'll notice that you're surfing again with no problems. And you can zip around all over the place, just like that. But here's a word of advice. It's hot in here. It's really hot in here. Here's a word of advice. Don't spend all day on the internet. Get off, go out on your bike, take your puppy for a walk, read a book. get away from the internet every now and then. Thank you very much. Alexa, lower. It's hot in here. Now, so we've got the internet, we've got the gold and the silver. And the other thing I've noticed is sometimes we can avert situations if we just observe our partners better or our friends better. You know, you're stuck together in a house and there's certain things will set them off. But if you spot those early signs, you're golden. You understand? Haley in this house knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I've got a little test here. It's kind of an observation test. And we're going to test your observability skills. Casey, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions here?
Not at all.
I've got 4 cards here, right? We've got 2 8s and 2 kings. Can you see them okay?
I can.
All right. And we've got the 8 of spades, the 8 of diamonds, the king of hearts, and the king of clubs. Okay? Just going to cut those up. There's just 4 cards, right? Now, if I'm going to count these cards out, and I just firstly ask you how many cards we have here.
There are 4.
4, right? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, simple questions. Now, there was a red 8. Now, do you remember the suit of the red 8?
Ooh, I think it was diamonds.
Diamonds, that's right. Well done. Okay. Now, there was a black 8 as well. Do you remember the suit of the black 8?
Spades.
Spades! You're on fire, Casey. You're on fire. Good. Now, there were 2 court cards. Do you remember, were they kings or jacks? People often get confused. Were they kings or jacks?
They were kings.
They were kings, that's right. So we have 2 kings here. What were the values again? Just the values of those 2. Do you remember the values?
8s.
No, the 8s are here, the kings are down here. So observation skills, not as good as I thought they were going to be.
Oh.
You know?
That's true.
So you need to practice your observation skills and you can avert a lot of issues. But you know, even if your observation skills are poor, I found the best way to solve any problems is cold hard cash. And I've been trying something this year. I've been trying something called mind over matter. Let's see if it works with you guys. Look, I've got 100, 200, 300, 400, $500. Can you see that $100 bill?
It doesn't look like 100 to me.
It doesn't?
No.
Doesn't seem to be working on you guys. What about you, Haley?
It looks like a $1 bill.
Huh. You sure? Because I find if you keep pushing it, look, there's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. You're still not seeing the hundreds? Is it the 1? Is that what's throwing it off a little bit? Or is it Washington? Well, pretty one of those 2, isn't it?
Yes. It's
But if
both
you
of those
focus on the
things.
1, keep focusing on it. There's a 1, there's a 1 there. There's a 1, there's a 1 there. There's a 1, there's a 1 there. And if you just focus enough, you'll see that there's 100 there, and there's 100 there, there's 100 there, there's 100 there, and there's 100 there. You see? Can you see what I'm saying? Like, does that look like a $100 bill to you?
Much more. A big
Yes,
band.
yes, you see? And they're all 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and that's how you get through a pandemic. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
I like it. I love when you turn small bills into large bills. It's a great
Alright.
skill.
Now, the other thing they often talk about, is maintaining a work-life balance. And this year in particular, you know, there's been a lot of people working at home. I say working at home, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those people are not having so much trouble having a work-life balance, let me tell you that. But for those who actually are genuinely working, you've got to keep that balance. And in magic, it's the same thing. You've got to keep a balance in magic. And I've got some ropes here, and these tell me if we're in balance or not. You can see we've got a long rope, a medium rope, and a small rope. You see that? That tells me we're out of balance. So I'm going to ask you guys to help me so we can put them back in balance. Now normally, I ask you to blow as hard as you can. This year I've decided maybe blowing is not the best plan. So what I'd like you to do on the count of 3, I'd like you to wave as hard as you can, alright? 1, 2, 3, wave as hard as you can. Look at that waving, that is good waving, people. Look, now we have 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope all the same length.
Balance.
That was good.
Lovely.
Now once you get your ropes into balance, you want to tie the knot. That's what they say, tie the knot. Kind of lock in the balance. There's one, you can get the other one in there. Alright. Now what we're going to try to do is wave the rope and see if we can have one piece of rope again. Oh, those knots are a bit of a giveaway, aren't they? Let me close those, couple of those knots up, put those in here. Alright, now, put the knots in there. And I'm going to give my pocket 2 taps. Here we go. 1 hot and 1 cold. A little bit of British humour there. Just goes right over the head. Right over the head.
For American, I understand.
Let me see, check it out. Ah, perfect. Thank you very much.
I would like to see the proof.
Can you feel the love in the room? Casey, can you feel the love? Let's have a look. Here we go. Oh, whoops. Oh dear. Didn't quite work out the way I hoped. I'll tell you what, let's try that waving thing again. On the count of 3, wave as hard as you can. 1, 2, 3, wave! Perfect!
Wow,
Well done!
nice job!
Well done! Well done.
Good job restoring balance.
Whew, the balance is good. Okay. Now, the other thing we need, and I just mentioned it, we do need love. And I've got a little thing here that kind of demonstrates that. Here's Nine of Spades. Nine of Spades is a nice card, but you know, not a very loving card. And let me put that one down there. Actually, put the 9 there. Oh, there's another 9. Wow. Okay. There's another 9. Felt like a very dour. You know, a lot of 9 of Spades here. And what we really need is a little bit of colour, don't we? You know, nope, that's not happening, is it? Still 9s. No, 9. That's not. Oh, Queen of Hearts. Now that the most loving card in the whole deck, Queen of Hearts. There's no card with more hearts on. Beautiful, beautiful Queen of Hearts. Wouldn't it be nice if we could take this and just give it a flick and find some more love? Wouldn't that be nice? Mm. Would that be nice? Or this. Sometimes you've got to push it through the hand, like that. Now sometimes you've got to give it a flick and push it through the hand. Oops, push it through the hand. Whoops, sometimes it gets caught in the hand. Whew, we're halfway through. Now this is the high pressure situation, because now I can see he's watching and you're watching him. This is where people really start to watch. And you see how we have, look, there's the Queen, and look, it's got a nice red back, right? Turn that over there. There's 1 red back, 2 red backs, 3 red backs. Right before your very eyes, look at that. Can you see that? No, there's a red back there. Let's turn that guy over. Let's place it down there. There's 1, 2, 3. Let's try that one more time. Am I doing it too fast for you?
Not at all.
It's just too much for my little brain, yeah.
1, 2, 3, and this final one, this is always the trickiest one. See if we watch that like this. There's 1 there. Oops. Sorry. Almost didn't. And let's have a look. Now can you feel the love?
Wow.
So apart from love and cash and all these other things, balance, we need a hobby. You've got to have a hobby in this situation. And you know, when I was a kid, I used to collect matchboxes from this little box. I've got a set here. Look at these. Now, as a kid, so I couldn't actually keep the matches. I just kept the boxes. And you'll notice these. Oh, look, you probably won't notice, but these boxes were made. These are Brighton made. They were made in Liverpool. And they're really one of the best sets of boxes I've ever seen. You can see. Push this through here like this, for instance. And if you're very careful, look. See that? Now, you can only do that with well-made boxes. Now, if you know anything about science, you'll know what's really happening is the air is getting trapped in the middle there, and each box is getting pushed through. So maybe we can break that seal. Squeeze that over here. So let's see if we can squeeze this in. In fact, we're lucky to be able to get a little. Sometimes you get a bit caught up here. All right, so look, getting too caught up. I think I'm getting too confident in my own skin here. Too confident. In fact, let's try. See if we can put these across the hands. I'm really hot. I think you notice that. It's because it's later on in the day. I'm just sweating like a pig. But look at that. We just try that. Anyway, the real problem with these matchboxes is how do you get them back into the box at the end? Do you know what the problem is? You've got to hold them down and quickly put the lid on like that. And I'm glad this is the last time we're doing this show. I'm really excited to go. Okay, now, you know, we've done this whole show so far, and not one card has been chosen. You notice that? Not one card.
Which is rare.
It's a COVID miracle. That's what that is. And Casey, I think you could. Do you want to help me on this one?
I'd be happy to.
All right. So let's have a look. We can have a card chosen, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to have actually a card chosen. I'm going to just want you to think of a card. So think of any card.
Mm-hmm.
Change your mind. That was too easy.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You concentrating?
Uh-huh.
All right. And now I'm going to put down $20 actually. $20 right there. me see if I can name. We're going to make it easy to. I'm going to break it up into two. We're going to make the value followed by the suit. All right. So think about the value first. You concentrating?
Yes.
I'm glad you had your hair cut because it's making it easier to find things.
Oh, okay.
Are you thinking of a 7?
I'm not.
Is it honest guy?
Yes.
It wasn't a 7. I could have sworn I saw it saying some. What was the value out of interest?
It was a 6.
Oh, you know, you gotta understand, I'm inside the mind.
Yeah.
It's very, you know, there's
Close.
numbers, they all
It's
blend.
close.
They do blend.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's all hogwash, but you know, they do blend. Tell you what, let me try another $20. This is $40, so I can get the suit. All right, concentrate on the suit this time. Just the suit. Diamonds.
Correct.
Diamonds. Okay, well that's good. All right, it's not a complete loss then. I'll tell you what. Let's see, $20 more. See if I can name the card. You're thinking of the 6 of diamonds.
Magic.
You don't seem very impressed.
Huh?
Tell you what, let's do double or nothing. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to double the stakes. It'll be $120. You can go in. All right. But if I can impress you, I keep the money. Is that fair?
Yes.
Oh look, I'm out of cash. Would you take an IOU from me?
Sure.
Sure.
I think
All
I'm
right.
good for it.
And okay, so if I can't impress you, but I knew all along you were going to choose the 6 of diamonds. Because on the back of this bill I wrote the word 6 of diamonds. Does that impress you, Casey?
I think so.
So can I keep the cash?
I don't know. I don't inspect it. Yes, I'm gonna keep the cash.
Wow.
Okay,
You penetrated your mind, bro.
so we've come to the end of the show. I wanted to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and may your new year be happy, healthy, and safe and prosperous. And thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job, Daddy!
Let's take this off. I think I'm so hot.
Yeah, put the suit on.
Daddy, you live in Texas.
It's just
Hot
harder
as
today.
balls.
It's harder today.
Good job.
Harder today.
Thank you for
Really,
doing
I
that,
could feel it
guys.
just sweat. I could feel the whole face sweating. All right, you can take your things down.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you guys. Hey, don't touch the
Not touch-
merchandise.
Get the rules.
That's it. I'm